When I think of the Vanilla Fudge, though, I mean, what are you bothering me for? Why are you memory laning me while I'm in the deep dark depression? It's like you know that you're trying to. What do you think of this? What do you think about love? What do you think about? It's like you know I'm anesthetized to it right now. When I think of Vanilla Fudge, I think of my father. I think of my mother squirming on the couch listening to Vanilla Fudge, and me being on the floor like a baby and just being like, "Wow, what the fuck is this?" Makes me think of Alex when I was like, "Here, Alex." Alex was listening to Arthur Lee and Love, and I didn't like them, so I'm like, "Listen to Vanilla Fudge," and I gave him a Vanilla Fudge record. And Alex he was kind of an audiophile too. He had a nice little den set up. He had a turntable in his room, but he also had one in the den. It was our. We'd go over into the other apartment on Kings Road, and we'd chill in his parents' old house where we used to eat pizza and sit on the floor like kids. But not, and it'd be the den. I remember bringing him over a big vinyl of that, and he put that on, and it was a good moment because I turned Alex on to the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and then the Vanilla Fudge. He loved it. Alex turned me on to the Remains. Alex did. Alex came to me with a big joint. It was like January. It was brick fucking cold. I'll never forget it. All I had was my leather jacket, and coming into Kings Road, and it was just me and Alex. Everybody was out. I don't know what was up with that. And he lights a joint. He's not supposed to be smoking it because he's on antipsychotics too. But we're smoking, and he puts the shit up to top 10. And he's like, "I want you to hear this record I got from Last Vestige. It's by Barry Tashian and the Remains. You might like this." And we smoked a joint. It was unforgettable. I attach it where it's due to give back the energy where it should go. I miss Alex too a lot. Alex will be the next me. He'll be the last one. Yeah, totally. He'll be the last one. But that's what I think of. And Nick always had big titty, fat ass, busting at the seams, pristine hose. Always. Every time. I spent every waking moment with him. We lived together, and he still pulled hose in the brief 3 hours that he went and borrowed a car and went to go do something. He would come back to the apartment, my parents' house, and he'd have a new hoe. Me and him always had a VD too. It's just the way it was back then. He had insurance though. We both had a VD at the same time, and he got his treated, and I just wept. I wanted to kill myself. And he's like, "Yo, dude, I know, man." He tried to get me a job with him so I can get insurance. Nick always had hose. He paid the price though, many a times. And we always you never move on your man on your dude's hoe. Never. You don't even like I said, you're cleansed of impure thoughts like that at that point. If they do cross your mind, you're too busy with your hoe. Your hoe keeps you busy. She keeps you satisfied. But those girls party together. Sometimes it comes together and you do trade hoes. Sometimes, yeah, especially with a band like that. And me and him, we always fucked the same hoes, but at different timetables where it made it perfectly okay. Nick had his shit together. He had his dick business together the way he fuck hoes, and he was a pimp too. Cold. He had Yoko at that one point. He had that girl Sabrina when the band broke up. Bitches like that were putting it in his head. These model bitches he was dating were putting shit in his head. Like, I mean, he was great. He was all that, but they were just trying to get Yoko. I hate to say it because I love Yoko, but they were like, Yoko, that's how it was back then. Yeah, that last hoe he had was unforgettable. She was a distraction because we were always tight together, and she always wanted to be a covert bitch. She didn't want to meet with the band. And she didn't want to, just like Yogo, she didn't want to hear the music. She didn't give a fuck. All she wanted was Nick's dick. And then occasionally I seen her and I'd be like, bitch, don't you know who I am? She didn't care about no band or nothing like that. I'm like, I don't care. And I didn't care about her. I'm like, you bitch, you ain't nobody. If I start fucking with him, he'll leave your ass. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like that. She was a bold bitch. I'm like, who the fuck you think you are? He was getting nice blowjobs and that bitch had ass. Remember Sabrina? Nick always had a bitch like that or some double D hottie. Nick, the way Nick would come out and move a TNT, a PV TNT combo amp was remarkable. I never seen a motherfucker work a combo amp like that in my life. That was my bass player. I taught him every fucking thing I knew at that point. That 15-inch speaker was, that's all you need. Never fucked up Robotica bass, Robotica Fury Furimoso, Robotica Furimoso, dedicated Chevy heart, you know, fucking gas leak, oil rag hanging out of the gas tank, blazing down the shit, 78 Nova, gliding on ice down the freeway. That bass was trucking, brick truck, cold and furious and on time, violent. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of bass that we did. That's what we did back then. Fucking faces is a whole different game now because when you hate the faces you see, it's like nah. We was a different animal. We were heroes. Herculean had fucking faces. That's what we used to call it. Fucking faces. And that's what we did. Oh yeah, baby.